Hey all, and welcome back to the HFC playthrough of the wonderful 101 Remastered. Today, we are taking to the sky, and let me tell you, I got opinions about this operation that I was commiserating with Richie about just before we started recording here.
Yes, I mean, I think I can probably guess some of the things that will be the cause of that.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just having a little bit of a run in the mart here at the minute. So I've got Wonder Tombstone, which is basically a technique that allows you to, once you've done like a double jump, you can slam down on top of enemies.
Yeah.
And it's quite useful. And I was also just looking through to go, okay, what ones do I want to get next? Definitely
Operation 003.
Two of the top ones.
Yeah.
For the chips are ones that are high on the list, because they're very useful.
Thanks to your efforts, we've regained complete control of the Sentinel comm network.
Huzzah! We can't have a network without comms, it's just a network then.
Well, exactly, and to be honest, you can't do anything without comms. I say as a person who is entirely biased in that respect, because I work in comms, so...
So do I, technically. Oh, brother.
They're headed for Stratoport at high speed.
2 steps forward, 1 step back with these deaf... It's deaf jerk and not deaf gurk, right?
It's Geth jerk, so it begins with a G for some unknown reason, but we'll go with it.
Okay. I had a little bit of an eye trauma accident the other day, so I feel like it may have pushed my brain out of alignment.
We've got Green here, and he does most of that for us as well anyway, so you know.
True. Nothing to say. 0.
Pink just likes, you know, standing there being absolutely pissed off at whatever Green says. I mean, I would be as well if I had a sort of crazy 14-year-old rabbiting on like that.
Ah, so, the statue that we saved in an earlier operation is part of a network, and Gaff Jerk, got it right that time, are still being held off, but only just, it seems.
Yes, effectively what is happening is that, well, most of the Armada is being held off, but there are little pockets that are just sort of being able to get through. And that's why we are having the fights that we are having right now. Oh! She's got a point. You do begin to wonder sometimes with things leaking things.
Now, what was this about a Mother Platinum?
So the computer which runs the entire network is called Mother Platinum, and it was built by a brilliant scientist who I am sure will have absolutely no plot relevance whatsoever.
I'm getting an encoded SOS from the group.
Ah.
Long-range camera feed on screen.
Let's have a looky look.
They're under attack. Those jerks.
Kind of inevitable. There wouldn't really be much of a game if places weren't under attack, would they?
True.
Save those shuttles. The Virgin Victory will handle any enemy air power. Roger. Team, fall in.
Roger.
That was a big preamble for what is essentially going through an airport.
Yes, however, pretty much all of the operations start with a pretty lengthy introduction cutscene. I think it's because it's that sort of slow lull before we get flung into everything, because obviously once the action starts, it doesn't really stop.
No, it sure doesn't, my friend. So, here we are. We have to go inside, select your leader.
So, obviously, because I'm wanting to make sure I'm levelling everybody up as much as I can, we are swapping and making sure it happens.
Oh, we do be wonder shopping.
We're about to get a little bit of extra plot once we are in here as well, because, you know, the plot can't stop plotting.
I was going to say, this part seems a little bit lengthy compared to our usual ones.
I mean, they're going to keep getting longer. I mean, this is reasonable size. The next couple of operations have some mega long stretches. But yes, Luca has snuck on board.
'Cause that's what the other kids at school call you?
Good save.
All patched up, sweetie. I was nothing, just a scratch. Hey, you guys are gonna go fight those aliens, right? I know you can't do it alone. I'll go with you.
Alright,
Sorry,
Wonder
little
Tot
dude.
joins the
Fires and
team.
Firefights don't mix.
What? I know I can do this. I know I can. Take me with you.
People have a lot of feelings about Luca, and I mean, rightfully so.
How am I
He is
supposed to
a
get home, huh?
very
My arms are
precocious 7-year-old,
My mom and dad are
and
gone.
Oh, snap.
he likes yelling a lot. And the game does spend quite a lot of time dealing with him.
Look,
But-
there's no time to argue. Luca's...
I like his arc throughout the game, and I think that that is much appreciated.
Electroplate him with a tiny one.
Luca, obviously, nice little reference name-wise to Luca from the Bayonetta series,
Of course.
and voiced by Debbie Derryberry,
Oh!
who has a list as long as your arm of roles that she has played, but probably most famous is Jimmy Neutron in Jimmy Neutron.
Yes, the titular character of Jimmy Neutron. The big-ass head with big-ass hair.
There are many other roles that she has had over the years.
It's okay, you don't need to read all of them off.
No, I'm not going to be able to, because I've not got that much brain space. But then outside, we can pick up Wonder Prince.
Ooh.
I love his surname, Petit Jean.
Little John.
Yeah, Little John. They do like the name puns in in this franchise. Our first mission is a Kakurega, and yeah, it's two of these blighters.
They're not as formidable as they might seem at first. You just have to make sure you're sword 24/7.
Basically, yes, and that's fine. It is just a case of just making sure that you're keeping an eye on whether they're gonna start trying to do one of their quick shootout attacks, because those are painful, or they're going to go into the laser, because obviously laser, if your sword's not out, is going to hurt.
I always try to guts it back, and it always ends up biting me in the arse.
Yeah, it's very easily done. Once one's down, it makes life so much easier to deal with all of the others.
This game likes to do that, throw two of the same enemy type at you, just to make things a little bit more challenging.
That is one of its techniques, and I mean, it is a technique that that works most of the time. There is definitely an instance that I do believe comes right at the end of this specific operation, that, or it might be early in the next operation, that is a lot more painful, because we are going to get a new wonderful, wonderful one in this part, I believe. And as much as I love them, they do bring with them one of the more frustrating enemy types to deal with, especially when you haven't quite gotten used to launching that wonderful one's attack. But before we get there, we've got a new enemy!
He seems very flighty.
Very flighty. It is an Envan.
Not to be confused with Evian, the brand of water.
Yes, no, definitely not.
My brain makes strange connections like that.
So yeah, you're definitely going to want to run along the sort of wing flaps over here. I mean, I suppose they're sort of glass feathers is another way of describing them. Because obviously the more batteries you get, the more energy you're going to have to play with, and that's going to make your life so much easier.
Just thinking back to these levels that I played earlier today, actually, I was a little bit behind, so forgive me. I'm going off fresh memories here. I ran right down the centre, wouldn't advise it.
Yeah, no. Sort of taking that just little scoot around the side just gives you a little bit more time to manage everything and to prepare yourself for going into battle. But also, I do believe that it is technically possible to skip this mission, because in theory you can jump along the glass feather things and then immediately get on to the one at the end of the wing.
Alright.
Don't do that, there's no point. But if you're trying to speedrun it, then there's a potential there.
Well, time is only one factor to medal scores, so, you know, hedge your bets, really.
Well, exactly. Also, I've just realised that I've ended up switching back to Wonder Red, because of course I have. I do believe certain cutscenes automatically reset the leader, and it's an annoying little bugger. And, yeah, don't do that.
I did the same thing, mate, don't worry.
Yeah, it is what it is. Mentally, I would have gone, no, I need to redo, but it was too funny.
Yeah, damage let you down there, unfortunately.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'd already been hit enough at that point. I was just like, what's a little bit more? I just decided, because there's a lot of quite funny dialogue here, so I just let it play out, because the longer it lasts, you get all the dialogue rather than just getting part of it.
Oh, is this the professor they were talking about?
Yes. Well, no, not the professor who set up Mother Platinum, but still a genius inventor. And actually, he is the guy who created the Sentinel suits, Peace Star, the Virgin Victory, and many other things.
Okay, Professor Shirogane.
Yes, and he is pretty awesome and pretty funny in the grand scheme of things. And his name is actually the Japanese word for platinum.
Ah, well, there you go.
Why can't we just take the fight to them? Just cut some bigwig alien's head off and say...
Also, hilariously, his eye colour is unknown, and part of the reason why that is the case is because his model actually lacks eyes underneath his goggles.
Oh.
Who you calling geezer baguette? Anyhow,
Other fun fact is that he is voiced by Fred Tatasciore.
Ah, yes.
Who, another very prolific voice actor, has done Hulk and Beast in various Marvel things, lots of Solomon Grundy and Bane in DC stuff. He's also done Yosemite Sam, Shao Kahn, and also the title character in Hitmonkey.
Ah, well, there you go.
But yeah, he's another one who is just constantly out there in the world. Yeah, I was just waiting for them to slide. They were just taking their time.
Yeah, sure was. Oh.
Yes, so there's actually a little bit of stuff hidden up here, including another wonderful one. And this is Wonder Clean.
I think I got this dude purely by accident.
it easily enough to do, because a lot of the time you do just sort of send your Wonderliner off into the ether and hope and pray that something's going to show up. But it's a nice, quick and easy way to do it. This is the moment of just going, oh, for God's sake, give me back the wonderful ones I set. I do wish it was better at remembering who I had after a cutscene happens. It's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go slow, because I'm getting fire thrown everywhere, and it's not helping me.
Not really, no.
Trying to make sure that I scoop up as many people as possible, because it's going to be needed coming up shortly, because we've got some challenging fights.
And also, if you get 100 wonderful ones, you do get a bonus at the end of the level.
You do indeed. So you're always wanting to aim for that, because obviously, gameplay reasons is more people in your party, the bigger Unite Morphs you can do, and that obviously then just, well, also you get more battery power, and it just generally helps all over the shop. And that was a case of using Unite Tombstone.
Nice.
It's so useful for providing an end to a combo, because as you get more skills, and obviously like you can get Wonder Rising, you can sort of obviously lift enemies into the air. It's a really helpful way of then slamming them back down and acting as a sort of finishing blow, almost. At this moment, I'm just like, come on, just keep going in a nice timed fashion.
To think I ever had a problem with these things.
You see, you start off and you go, what the hell is this evil monster of an enemy? And then once you get the gist and you get the timing, you go, oh, okay, no, it's not a problem anymore. And it is very much the same with pretty much all of the enemies that you face throughout the game. They begin sometimes being quite challenging. You did not notice the crossfade there that occurred because I did something a little bit stupid.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, I can't remember exactly. Oh no, I think I remember exactly what it is. It's because there's a little something that you can. Well, either it's because I accidentally skipped part of this cutscene and didn't mean to, because I mean, poison's flowing in. This is not good. But also there is something that you can unlock in the next room that is missable if you don't get it. Obviously, you can go back and replay through the operation, but. You don't want to do that. Also, there is annoyingly a wonderful one hidden in here. He's also missable, and that's Wonder Movie.
Yeah. Now, this guy I did get. Oh, his weapon. The retake shooter.
You see, it was like it was made for you, Tom.
Literally, yes. You're so good at drawing these things fast.
Well, part of that is the joy of the speedliner. The other part of it is just lots and lots and lots and lots of practice. Part of that is from, obviously, lots of playing Okami, but also lots of playing this and making use of my stick. But here we have a very important character.
Yes, the next part of the Wonder Rainbow.
You're the late one, comrade. Where the heck have you been? Commander Nelson orders me to be bodyguard for Professor following invasion.
Also, what's quite funny about this is that the actor who plays this character, J.B. Block, obviously he's playing Russian here, but he's actually French.
Anticipated the enemy's movements perfectly.
But soon after I get here, I get lost. Then
So they chose to go with the beefcake character, but make him sort of a little scaredy cat.
Exactly, and very embarrassed, and it's hilarious. This guy right here is voiced by J.B. Blanc, who also very prolific. Most sort of recognisably voices Vander/Warwick in Arcane and League of Legends, I think.
Not really my tempo, but yeah. Blanc means white in French.
It does. What's actually quite fun with Wonder Yellow here is that his name is actually named after a fictional Soviet cosmonaut, which is Ivan Istoknikov.
So embarrassed.
Less conversation, more action, comrade.
He was created by a Spanish conceptual artist, Joan Fontcuberta, as part of a modern art experiment in which a hoax based on the lost cosmonaut conspiracy theory was done. And actually, Ivan Istoknikov is a Russian translation for Joan Fontcuberta's name, so it roughly translates to John Hidden Fountain in English. It's just quite a fun little thing.
Hell yes.
Hammering Bluesky.
Gosh, I wonder what his special is.
It is the hammer, which is definitely one of the more complicated shapes to draw.
Oh yes.
As you can see, I may have redone this particular battle a few times as well, because, as I said, there's something that you can unlock immediately after this fight, and I think I was very adamant about unlocking it. So I was just like, no, I am doing it, this is happening. This doesn't happen that often in the various parts, but this one does frustrate me quite a lot, because this particular mission is surprisingly long to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you've got, obviously, you're running down the corridor and you've got all of that. You've got this cutscene with Wonder Yellow, and then you've got these blighters.
Just one would have been fine.
Already a challenging enemy, because there are technically two ways of dealing with this thing, but the primary one that is expecting you to do is it's expecting you to use Unite Hammer, and that is fine for dealing with the Megang. The other thing it's expecting you to do is to use Unite Guts when it is slamming down on you, because what you can then do is you can knock it onto its side. Once you knock it onto its side, you can then use Unite Hand to sort of fully push it over, and then it becomes vulnerable. Which, all well and good, but when there's two of them flying about, it's not fun.
Yeah, this was my problem with the chapter. I didn't even know there was a chance for it to knock it on its back, which, in hindsight, I probably should have, because it's a turtle enemy. This is what you do with turtles in video games. You knock them on their backs, and then you go to town.
Yes.
The killing and the destroying, mind you. The other guy is able to extend his neck to attack, or put a fire geyser right under your feet. So I didn't really have time to focus on any one particular thing. Not to mention that building Unite Hammer just sometimes comes out with Whip instead.
Yes. I mean, this is one of the things where you do end up getting pretty good at having the variety of pulling out your Unite moves. The general way that I can recommend the most in dealing with pulling out Unite Hammer is that you want to try and make sure that your initial line is as straight as possible.
Okay.
Before you start doing the circle. Because that's going to be the thing that's going to help you the most, because otherwise it does start to, default to Whip. But, yeah, I will say this is probably one of the bigger difficulty jumps, just because, yeah, throwing 2 Megang at you was very much evil. I mean, I did phenomenally well in that particular run. I don't quite know how. This particular thing, if you get the jackpot, which is the P, you get a wonderful one, which is Wonder Gambler.
Nice.
You can only hit this thing 3 times. There is also a bottle cap for winning something on it every single hit, which obviously I attempted, but that was not to be. But, hey, I got the wonderful one, that was what I was after. The other thing that getting Unite Hammer allows us to do is there are now a bunch of secret other hidden things that we can unlock, and you do that by hammering different bits of the ground. And I did not mean to kill them all that quickly with, with that, but I'll take it. What you can do is you can now go back to Operation 000 and find the hidden missions, because you can now use Hammer to smash through the roof of one of the buses. You can also find a whole bunch of hidden spots in all of the previous operations that you weren't able to find before. Obviously, can be a little bit challenging at this present moment in time, but there is a tool that you can buy from the shop that gives you a little indicator to let you know when there is something about as a hidden secret.
Very cool.
But I do remember it being somewhat expensive, so don't expect it to come immediately.
How big are these toilets on the inside?
I know! It's ridiculous! We can do that. It's not going to work, because there's no power. So, in a rather fun little bit of stuff is obviously climb back up, and we can get Unite Sword electrified, and then we're going to have to jump down and ding that. But what's going to happen is that when we do this, we are going to get into another mission. There's an element of fun to it because you're able to be electrified, but obviously whilst the shields are up, it's a little bit pointless.
Now don't worry if you accidentally go down the hole. You can go back up and this mission is still here.
Which is definitely nice, because it doesn't happen with all of them.
No, it doesn't.
That was just really unfortunate placement on my part. But if you're able to get Unite Sword out and get it electrified and hit the enemy with the electrified stuff, then you'll get extra points. So it's definitely something, if you can get it to happen, definitely do it. But don't worry if it doesn't play out.
Very low damage. It all adds up in the end.
It really does. I'm just like, come on, run, move.
Don't worry, as soon as you press Y, it's locked in.
And I do believe, oh yes, we're about to get to another fun little section.
Not a fan of this one, Rich. I found it quite easy, actually.
Well, no, it is quite easy and it is relatively fun, but there are some annoyingly hidden wonderful ones in this area. They certainly liked hiding things at this moment in time.
Sure did.
Because I do believe actually there are two wonderful ones hidden in the maze down below.
Really? Because I only found one.
Yeah. It's fine, because once the Nyrt is down, and obviously at this point, they're just pretty standard.
Yeah, no problem, really.
And, to be fair, this thing's not too bad either, now that we've got a lot more tools at our disposal.
God, look at that health just shred.
I know, it's one of the reasons why as soon as you can get a multi-unite morph, you just want it, because it really does help with, one, mega boosting your combo scores, but also just generally making health bars disappear.
There we go.
There we go, and that gives us the cog, which we can then throw onto this, and then we can open up the maze down below. Annoyingly, that decided it wasn't going to, attach properly, but we got there in the end.
What did that thing ever do to you, Richard?
I need to destroy things. There's a bottle cap for destroying a certain amount of things.
Ah, okay.
It's something like 3,000 items. It's a lot, and there's very little chance that you're actually going to do it in one playthrough. But I certainly do everything I can to. And actually, so all you really need to do here is defeat the enemies, and that will then open up the door for you to go through. But the challenging bit is that obviously you are in your little mini camera mode. There's a bunch of electrified things hidden about here. Obviously they can send the joy of joys that is cannonballs at you if you're not prepared. Actually sort of taking down the enemies is not that bad, but you have got the poison to deal with and a timer, so you are very much limited in terms of how much time you can spend in here.
Oh, you got plenty of time, don't worry.
You do have plenty of time. And actually, it is really easy to navigate in terms of finding where all of these guys are, because, you know, they are very clearly noted by the glowing red lights. So, that bit, nice and easy. Now comes the slightly more challenging bit, which is trying to locate the hidden wonderful ones without the internal camera, because for some bizarre reason it decides that it's gonna disappear as soon as you finish that particular mission. But there is Wonder Fighter.
Okay, this one I found.
Do believe... We'll see if I get proven correct or wrong, but I do believe there's another one hidden in one of these boxes. And this is me just trying to figure out where on earth... Which box are you in?
Yeah.
And there they are. And this is Wonder Sniper.
Yep, definitely didn't find him. Is Salsa 13 a anime reference?
Probably. I mean, that's very much how a lot of these names and characters work. And now, fun little secret. Obviously, you know, if there's a circle and there's wind blowing out of it, use Unite Ball, and you can get free stuff!
Nice.
Just through here, we have our final mission of this operation, which once again is 2 bloody Magangs. And I would say that this is so much harder than the previous fight, because the area that you've got to do this in is so tiny.
I would have kept this as it is, but I still would have had just one to deal with in the initial fight.
I am inclined to agree on that one. I mean, the other thing that I would have done is just, you know, make this arena just ever so slightly bigger. That would have made it a lot more bearable. The other thing that I would have done is speed up the leveling up process to allow you to get Wonder Rising on Hammer a lot sooner, because my god does that help in terms of handling with Magangs, because it means that rather than having to slam down on them, you can actually flip up and then flip down, so you can get double the damage in on them.
Nice, nice. Now, word of warning, if you, like me, were terrible at this section, and you go to retry, just be careful, because it does not put you at this fight, it puts you before the maze, and you have to do that all over again.
Yeah, this game does provide a decent amount of, you know, checkpoints, but they're not always in the best of places. And yeah, at this point I am just in a very bad position, because I don't have enough battery to be able to move things as I want to. But it's fine, because we will blitz through, and there's only like 40 seconds left of this mission. I can do it.
Kablamzo!
Oh, thank god that one's over.
So, not my favourite mission in the game so far, but I have since learned some tips and tricks to deal with those metal guys, and I'm just going to sit here and see that the fact you got a platinum and I got, like, a silver. We'll see you all next time when Operation 003 continues in the wonderful 101 Remastered.